FTR, they cut a mean promo backstage. And, it was pretty funny how they're saying they're calling Jack, Jungle Boy out and saying if they ran to the principal's office to tell on them and how they're not bad men, but what would bad men do? And it showed that they, essentially kidnapped Marco. And, it wasn't Tully in past has kind of been hit or miss on the mic. And he was a hit tonight. And he cut a mean promo, and he looked scary as well. So, I mean, this was a home run from Tully and FTR. I mean, they've been consistently cutting those backstage promos in the bar, in the booth, now in the trailer. Like, they're true professionals. And I mean, I don't need to tell you that, but
oh man, I'm more than happy to sit here and you just wax poetic about my favorite tag team in the whole world. Go ahead, just keep lauding praise at how great they are. It makes me so happy to hear you starting to come around to FTR, man. You have no idea. I am such a mark for these guys. It's hard for me to sort of distinguish my fandom for them versus, like, I try to be objective on this show the best I can. We recognize we're fans first, so that's going to bleed into what we do, and that's okay. It will be a rare moment, and it's been one time, but it'll be a very rare moment when you see an elite or a delete out of Crayfish for an FTR segment. I really believe that these guys are special. Their knowledge and their history of the business, they are students of the game. And that's what I love about them. You could tell in this segment they've clearly studied what it takes to be a heel, and they've pushed all in on really putting over, I think, Jurassic Express. This feud, could you pick another team on this roster to help make Luchasaurus, Marco Stunt, and Jungle Boy look more sympathetic as baby faces? I mean, we talk about it every time they do. They have a match. They know how to manipulate the rules, manipulate the ref, manipulate the fans. They're always doing shortcuts and tandem offense and cheating to get by. When they're on mic, dude, they're vicious. I mean, like, truly, they don't pull punches. When they're cutting these promos, they know what they're doing, man, and they're clearly establishing themselves as the top heel team in AEW. As if anyone needed a reminder, they're more than happy. They're more than happy to remind you, fans at home, that they've been around the block. They've done it all. Honestly, when it comes to North American tag team wrestling, there's not a team on this planet that has done what FTR has done. They've truly, NXT, Raw, SmackDown, AEW, they have established dominance across the board. They can work with any sort of talent, big, small, experienced, inexperienced. These guys set the bar for tag team wrestling for me. This segment, I'm glad to hear you give Tully some props, because we've mentioned FTR maybe didn't need them at times. This was a great example of what Tully brought to the table to this crew, a legitimacy, that history of that, like that kind of, like you said, man, like he was in Marco's face in that promo. I'm a big fan of where this is going. We got to see Dax versus Jungle Boy in a one-on-one match. I hope that this feud gets us another one-on-one or a couple matches like that. I'd love to see Cash get in there. This is really, truly, we talk a lot about iron sharpening iron with these feuds. FTR, they are established. They're well known for what they're capable of. You throw Jurassic Express against these guys, and immediately you can see babyface superstars out of Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
I love Jurassic. I've been a Jurassic Express fan from day one, and just the combination. And now I'm even a bigger fan with the new entrance. So it is now probably one of the hottest babyface tag teams with that new entrance. So to put them against FTR is a perfect combo. Early on we did talk about like, where's this going? They just kind of ran into each other like in the crowd, and now we see it, and it's going to be a great tag match when you have the true Jurassic Express versus FTR. That could be pay-per-view quality match for sure. I'm not going to lie, FTR, the Revival in WWE, they were not special to me. They didn't impress me in WWE. Granted, that's a whole nother topic of how getting booked. But
and you didn't.
They are really impressing me in AEW, and they're coming around to them.
You didn't get a chance to really see them come up through the ranks of NXT. Like I watched that. I saw where they kind of paved their way. And this is why like I don't participate in this online war. I don't get into that.
Yeah.
I don't like that because I want both companies to be successful. I want to see people chasing their dreams and getting getting over. I mean, so I see a place for both. And yeah, I watch Dynamite live and I'll watch NXT tomorrow. I have no problem with that. But this is I'm glad to hear you say it. I can tell you as an FTR fan, this is the most personality that they've been able to show in their careers. They've always been guys that you can put in the ring, and they've always prided themselves on this.
Yep.
Being the workhorses, being the sort of the quiet foundation for other bigger personalities, right? FTR is kind of no flips, just fists, right?
Yeah.
Talk heavy, hit hard. They don't mince words, but up to this point in their career, it's been more about what these guys can do in the ring, their tandem offense, how their chemistry. You see it, SPD, when they're in the ring together, their smarts, the way they manipulate things, they're brilliant when it comes to in-ring work. But AEW has allowed these guys to have a showcase for their personalities like they've never had before. And I think that's part of the reason why you're coming around, because you are somebody I know this as a friend of yours, like you're somebody who gravitates to those big personalities. You like the Orange Cassidy's.
Yeah.
You love those guys who kind of pop on
the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn were the New Age Outlaws were some of my favorite tag teams.
Right. And this is an example where you're starting to see these guys, and I love that about AEW. They're giving an opportunity to grow, to be themselves, to blossom. Yeah. I love seeing that.